All right, how's everyone doing today? We're gonna be making some. Moose jerky today. It's getting warmer outside, so beautiful day for it. Gonna be like +9 or something. We're March 17th today. Look at that, nice piece of moose meat. This is a moose we caught last fall. We're gonna cut it up into strips, and then we're gonna make some jerky out of it. I'm gonna show you the strips in a minute that we're cutting here. You know, you want them thick enough, depending on how you like your jerky. I like mine thick enough, but you don't want it too thick because all I got's a little chief smoker, and you don't want it to take too long to smoke and cook right through. But you don't want it too thin. If it gets too thin, then again, you know, it's gonna get real chewy on you. I like it a little tender myself. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here in a minute. So I've smoked a lot of fish out of this smoker, a little bit of moose meat. Again, it's because we're in town here. Once we get out on the trap line, probably make a smoker and a little bit bigger, and then we'll be able to smoke a lot more meat at once. Yeah, so got a nice filling knife there. Filling knife works good for cutting this meat up and making some, like I said, making some nice thin slices. That'll work nice in the smoker. So I don't know if you could see that there. That's how wide, roughly, and they're maybe a 1/4 inch to 3/8 thick. And I think that'll make a perfect size to be smoking. So again, some of them I'm just going to put salt and pepper on. And then other ones, you like a little sweeter. And then usually put the maple syrup on there. I don't have any of my own maple syrup. I only got this store-bought stuff. It's organic. But again, once we get established on the trap line, I'm hoping to get my own maple syrup every year, a little bit anyways, at least a bottle or two. There's a couple nice maples around there that I'm looking forward to in the future, tapping them and getting our own maple syrup off of it. So we're just using a little electric Chief smoker, little Chief, and they do a good job. I mean, for what they do, they don't use much hydro, and you can let it run all day. I'm gonna finish cutting this pack up. This pack will be the first one we put on. It'll probably be on our top rack, and this one will probably just be salt and pepper. Again, you can make a brine and leave these soak overnight in a brine. I've done that before, but I really like the taste of the moose meat itself, with just the flavor of the wood that we use to smoke it. So again, now when you're cutting this, you're going to want to go a little bit against the grain of the meat so that when you pull it apart, it breaks down nice and easy. You don't go with the grain because then you'll have long pieces and it'll be a little harder to chew. Not that it matters that much. It's going to be jerky anyways, and some people like it tough, but we like it. So there's my one pile right there. And then all I'm going to do is lay it out here and then add salt and pepper. So I'm going to lay it out the best I can. Just so we can get some salt and pepper on that. Space it out, and then we're going to throw it on the racks. Now I'm going to try to make all these packs. So like I said, it's March. We got a fairly big moose last year, Now this is part of that mousse. So I can show you guys that mousse that we caught last year. So that's a little better. Let's see if I can show you guys that rack there. There it is. He was a nice size. He came right out to the trailer where I was camped on the trap line. And then we'll show you guys the setup we got for the smoker. It's a basic setup. We got to set up outside, of course. It's gonna make some smoke. So it's just a true north. Let me see if I can guess. There you go. It's just a true north electric food smoker. We're gonna plug it in right there, and comes with a couple of racks, a drip tray, and they work all right, and they're decent priced. That's what they look like inside. And you got your little pan there. And then it always depends. Don't mind the garage. Garage is a mess that time of year. Usually after the winter, the garage is just a filthy mess. And waiting for the nice weather to clean it up. So we got some maple smoke bits, and then I also have apple smoking wood bits. I'm not sure which one we're going to try out today. This pack's been open for a while, which is cherry. I'd like to use it up because it is open, but I'd really like to try one of these instead. But not sure which one we're going to go with. I'm leaning towards the apple, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to salt and pepper this. Just salt it. We like a lot of salt in our family, me and the wife and everyone else. And then we'll throw some pepper on it. And then we'll spread it out here a little bit and add some to the pieces that don't have anything. Like that piece there. You always could just put seasoning on the one side. If you put enough, it'll the pieces aren't thick enough for it not to season enough for it to taste good. There we go. That'll be that one. And then, like I said, we got a few more packs there. We're going to try one with the maple syrup, and we're not going to try one with the screwball. That's just something one of my friends told me to try out. Peanut butter whiskey. It smells awfully good. Maybe we'll have some of that this afternoon while we're smoking there. And all you want to do is lay them out on your rack. You want to space them out. It's a great thing to do, I find, in the spring and fall, smoking meat, whatever meat you got in the freezer. Beautiful day to do it. You can sit there, drink beer while you're doing it, and just enjoy the sun. Like I said, it's going to be a beautiful day today. It's going to be plus 9 or plus 10. So it'll be nice for us to sit out in the driveway and keep an eye on this, and maybe do some cleanup in the garage at the same time. Have to do that eventually, sooner or later. And then the maple stuff's going to taste pretty good. Usually you put the maple syrup on your fish. Say if you're doing rainbows or if you're doing lake trout, and it comes out pretty good. So I might have taken out too much here because it looks like my rack's going to be full. But we're going to try to put it all on there. And I only got 3 racks, and I took out 4 packs of meat, so might have to throw the other one on the barbecue. Cook it up, and then we're going to have some steak sandwiches next couple of days. piece is gonna fall through. See if I can throw that one there. Now again, you want to make sure your pieces aren't going to fall through to the bottom. And you want to try to give it space, right? So that, we'll see if we got room on another rack for that. All right, we're going to cut up another pack here. I don't think it matters. They're all pretty much the same. Kind of like this one here. And this one here, we're going to put maple syrup on it. A little bit of flavor. Again, once you go to moose meat, I find it hard to go back to beef, although I do like a good steak beef once in a while. But we got a good butcher around here that does an awesome job with the moose we get. And after eating this, it's hard to find a good cut of beef that'll match up to this type of meat. For me, anyways, my personal preference. So we eat quite a bit of moose. We eat moose year round. It's one of our main meats in our diet. It's organic, right? Out in the wild, so we're gonna finish slicing this one up, and then we're gonna put some maple syrup on it. We're just gonna lay them out, sprinkle a little bit on top. Now it'd be nice if I had a brush to brush it on, but I was looking for one this morning, and it doesn't look like I have one. I'll probably have to pick some up at some point. We probably do have one, but my wife would know where it is. I have no idea where it is. I took a look for a bit, gave up. And then we got one more piece here. And I'm thinking this will make a rack and a half. So I don't know if we'll even be able to use a whole other pack. There's, like I said, there's only 3 racks on here. And I'm thinking the smoking will take quite a few hours. I'm thinking it's a nice mild day. The colder it is outside, the longer it takes, right? But I'm thinking that it'll take at least 4 or 5 hours. There, that's all cut up. Let's see if we can't lay this out a little bit. And then we'll throw some maple syrup on it. You don't got to put lots. Maple syrup is very strong. So as long as you got a little bit on there, it'll get through everything. There we go. All right, and all we're gonna do is sprinkle some on there. Like I said, this is gonna make actually my board pretty sticky. Should have maybe did this the last thing to do, but we're learning as we go here. We can always clean up the board and then cut the other pieces up, right? There we go, and that's plenty. Break it up so it gets on everything. Awesome. Now I'm just gonna grab the other rack. We're gonna lay it on the rack, and then we can put our rack in there. Last time I used this, I smoked some rainbow. Well, we had the family over, and we had some partridge fingers at the same time, and some smoked rainbow. Now I'm going to make a mess with that maple syrup under there, so I'm going to lay some paper towel out first. else I'm gonna have a pretty sticky work area here when I'm done. There we go. So it was a decent trapping season. I mean, we got our lynx quota, we got our beaver quota. Didn't do that good with Fisher and Martin. Well, actually, Fisher we got two nice Fisher. I mean, I don't think there's a whole bunch in the area. Our quota's not that high on Fisher, so I think we did all right. I haven't found the Martin yet. I don't know if there's just not that many in that area, or if the boxes aren't quite in the right spot. There's another section of the line that I didn't trap for Martin this year that I'm hoping to get up and running by next year. And there's already boxes there. And I want to be able to make some trails that get from the one side of the trap line to there. The way it is now, the trap line's divided by a highway. So for me to get from one section to the other, a lot of times I just got a trailer, load up the snowmobile, and real pain in the butt. But if we'd be able to get there from one side to the other, I mean, it would be great. So it's something we're going to look into for the future for sure. This is going to work out pretty good, I think. It looks like we might have enough room for it all, but it'll be tight. I'll put them a little tighter. Oh yeah, we got lots of room here, so we're going to space these ones out a little bit. You typically don't want them touching. They can touch, they just might not get as crispy. These little pieces are going to be good. They're little bite-sized pieces. Those two are going to fall right through. I can see that already. Right on, so can you see what I did there? Yeah, perfect. Now I'm gonna shut this off and I'm gonna go load it, and then I'll show you guys once it's all loaded in there what it looks like. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so we should have did that one last. That maple syrup sure made a mess of everything. Gets everything sticky. Let me see here, which one are we gonna use? I think we're gonna use this one for the last one. And again, I'm gonna go just salt and pepper on that. Just because this stuff is so messy, but this stuff, I'm telling you, you're going to want to try that. Makes it good, makes it just like it's going to be candy, you know what I mean? Nice and sweet. Now this is something I should have been doing for the last 3 days, but going back to work tomorrow, so this is my last day to get any of this done. Perfect time of year again for it. So we're going to salt and pepper this one. And then I'm going to show you guys how it's set up outside with the racks in it. There is a bottom tray that goes below all the meat that catches anything, so it doesn't make too much of a mess in there, right? Because that maple syrup's probably going to drip a little bit that I put on that other stuff. And you don't want it to make too much of a mess in there, so it won't be too hard to clean up. So this year I'm hoping that if we do get a moose, I'll be able to get it on video. Last year would have worked out good. I just did not have the video ready or anything, and I was not expecting him to be there. So I ended up calling the night before, just outside our trailer. Got up in the morning, had some coffee inside. We tried to stay nice and quiet. I was there with my wife, and as soon as I opened the door to get outside, I heard something behind the trailer as I came outside, and he was standing right there. He was about 20 feet from my trailer, so it was unexpected and happened quick, and it was over in no time. But I don't know if I should be taking that off right there. Maybe I'll take a thin layer off of that, because that might make it a little hard to chew through that. And then again, it might not. But I think what I'll do is take a little sliver off. And then you see you don't like on there when you're cutting this up. Gives you a chance to cut it off and just throw it aside. And then our last piece here, and then I'll salt and pepper this stuff, and then we'll go from there. Before we get to the end, we'll cut that piece off. What else here? We'll cut that off. Thin piece here. And we use fiddling knives and filleting knives in our household for just about everything. They cut nice, whether you're cutting vegetables, meat, fish, and they stay nice and sharp. I'll probably trim that off as well right there. And there we go. That'll be our last rack as well, and we're going to just salt and pepper this one. And then I'll turn everything back on, show you guys how our setup is before we turn the smoker on. Alright, so I've decided to go with the apple smoked. We're going to try that out. I'm going to fill our pan up here. A little easier to do with two hands typically, but we're going to get her. And I'm saying usually you got to check it maybe every, I don't know, half hour to 40 minutes. You might want to add more wood chips to your smoker. It all depends, right? It depends on the day. Today we got a nice day, so it's probably going to get warmer. So depending on the temperature you're doing it in. And I'm going to show you our setup here. So look at that, we got everything all set up in there. We got our 3 racks. And then you place your wood chips down here, just on your burner. Just like so, make sure your handle won't be in the way. And then you just plug her in. And then close her up and watch her do her stuff. We'll check in throughout the day, see how things are going. And now the only thing left to do is to throw some cold beer in the snowbank before all the snow melts, and enjoy your day. And we'll have some of this beef moose jerky this afternoon. I'll keep you posted. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's only been a few minutes, and you can see the smoke already coming out of that. Like I said, they're very inexpensive, and they do an awesome job. You can't put a whole lot in it, but you can do small batches, and gives you something to do on a beautiful day like today. I got some beers cooling off in the snowbank, so I'm thinking it's going to be a great day today. All right, so this is what it looks like after 40 minutes. And I notice after 40 minutes, that most of my stuff is burnt down here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some more chips to it. And then we're gonna close her back up while we fill up the chips just to keep the heat on. And we'll keep it smoking again. So like I said, usually about every 40 minutes to every hour, end up adding more chips. And you just throw it on top of what's already there and keep it smoking. Check in again a bit in a bit. All right, so we're gonna cook up those that other pack of moose steak on the barbecue. We had no room in the smoker. Put a little bit of Montreal steak spice on her. Just throw it on the barbecue, sear both sides, and then depending on what type of barbecue you use, usually it's better to cook it on the top shelf. See where I put those little pieces there? Like that, it won't cook too quick on you, and it'll stay tender. And then in a little bit, we'll have ourselves some moose steak for lunch, and we'll try out our jerky. I don't know if you can see over there. That smoker is still smoking. And of course, great day to be having nice cold beer. Beautiful day for it. All right, so here's our finished product. We could have rotated the racks around. Sometimes they do. I didn't have a chance today. Ended up getting a call and we had to go out. But this is what it looks like. Some nice jerky. Look at that. Now we're just going to take her off the racks and bring her in. Some of it actually is very tender. Just took a bite off that. And that's very tender, very good. That's with the maple syrup. And see, it's cooked all the way through. Some good stuff. So yeah, that's True North Smoker. Like I said, they're very inexpensive. They work well. I use it lots, and a great little addition. Something for us to keep busy and something to do. You can smoke fish. You can smoke just about anything. You can actually even smoke mushrooms and stuff like that. So, anyways, that was our day today. It was a great day, and stay tuned. We'll be posting more stuff as we go along. Got our finished product. It's quite a plate of jerky, so it actually makes quite a bit.